Not it.
It's still Mercury retrograde, isn't it? I just blame everything on. I just blame it on that. Welcome, everybody. Do you know what? It's been a while. I haven't done a Healy or a Heal Hangout for a really long time. It's been coming. I've been planning it. I just haven't had the capacity to be able to like start to schedule all the calls. And for those people that know what Heal Hangout is, it's something that I used to do every Wednesday for about 2 years. And essentially it's around health, wellness, frequency. And I invite different people on and we talk about how we can improve our health, how we can improve our abundance, how we can improve our energy flow, and basically just raise our frequencies so that we can really like quantum shift in this universe. And we all know that the energies at the minute are so intense, and like there's a chance that a lot of us are feeling really heavy and stuck, and our energy's stuck. And it's really come to my attention that this is a topic that a lot of us are currently looking for an answer for, a solution. And so I'm really excited to have so many people here in the Zoom room. And I'm so excited to have Rebecca White here with me. She came into my field like many years ago, actually, in the Healy world. And she recently came back into the field when she was sharing some amazing information with me about how we can improve our energy flow, improve our health, with a specific supplement called Turmeric, which we're going to talk about later. But also, I'm just really interested in you, Rebecca. So maybe you can give us all here a little introduction about how what your journey is. And I know you're an abundance coach and you work with the emotions code and energy flow. So maybe you could just give us a bit of a background on that.
Sure. I am an abundance breakthrough coach and a certified abundance coach, and also an energy healer. So I use different modalities. I use psychology, kinesiology, emotion code, body code, and a few other things. I've kind of almost developed my own type of energy work from all of those different things and meld them all together. And the reason that I got into that is because I am an entrepreneur. I love anything to do with abundance and creating my own. I always knew I wanted to own my own business, just because I'm a bit bossy as well. I want to own my own business. So ever since I was a little girl, to be honest. So at the same time, I was like, okay, I owned a traditional business for 8 years. I owned a fully licensed 7-day-a-week cafe, and that was great. But if you've ever owned anything like that, you know that it's a big thing for burnout. I had, after 8 years of being 7 days a week, having young family and growing through that, it was definitely time to leave. And I got into the coaching world because on top of that, I started to get introduced to social selling. And I was like, this is amazing. I really like this. This is a little side hustle that could become bigger. And then, of course, through that, I discovered coaching. And I was like, oh, my God, where has this been all my life? I loved getting coached. And then I, of course, wanted to do the coaching part. So I did all the certifications and did all of that. Loved it. Then I realized, wait a minute, it's not just about the talking, and it's not just about people to ask you the right questions. That's one thing. But if your frequency is not aligned and your energy is not aligned to your goals, and there's blockages, and it was subconscious blockages, then, you've got this big issue, because consciously you're aiming over here, but your subconscious and your fears and the safety mechanisms within your own nervous system is holding you back. So that's what got me into the energy side of things. And I haven't really looked back, to be honest. It's just been an incredible journey for the past. I've been coaching and doing the energy work for about 5 years now, but an entrepreneur for pretty much life. So
it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, because this is totally my topic, frequency alignment, because I think when I got the Healy, for example, it happened pretty quick. Within 5 days, I had this crazy emotional release, and then I quit my job and I had no money coming in, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? What's happening? But it was just a whole complete reset that happened on an energetic level in my body. And I'd been working on myself for a while, and it was just so powerful, but also so subtle, the energy that happened within myself. Yeah. And it's just incredible. And I really love that aspect of looking at the physical health and energy blocks we have in the body, and how we can shift that with not just changing every aspect of our body. You know, there's all different levels. There's like, you know, having a good active lifestyle, like moving the energy in the body, but there's also like eating healthily and the nutrition, going out in nature and connecting. And it's not just about Healy or frequency or quantum, you know, it's a bit of everything. It's like healthy water. And I think that it's really important to like combine all of these things together. So it's been really nice to also connect it with abundance, because as some of you know, I've been doing these 11 key code activations, which is like connecting on an energetic level on how to connect with the quantum fabric of the universe to bring in abundance. So
Awesome.
It's really interesting that you came into my field around that too, because we're also been working on a project, haven't we, that's like bringing in abundance at the minute. And a lot of people here that are on the call know what we're talking about. But it's like it's just for me a great topic around that level. And I also loved your story, by the way, on your I have to say this, on your website, that talks about when you were young, you were selling flowers to your neighbors, but they didn't realize they were their own flowers.
Yeah, I told you, I've always been an entrepreneur. I did get in a bit of trouble, but I made some money, and I was addicted since then. So yes, once an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur. And it's funny because my daughter is taking after me, and we're at the football netball in Australia where I live. There's a big Saturday football netball thing, and it's a family day, and we do lots of sports, and we go out and do that. And this weekend, just particularly, her and her friends did a very similar thing. They were collecting the native flowers and selling them, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just like deja vu. I don't think I've even told her that story, so I was like, this is incredible. But yes, okay.
Amazing. So like this brings me onto another thing that I wanted to discuss, which is around turmeric. Because okay, I have a turmeric, Rebecca knows this, I have a turmeric jacket. I should have bought it in, actually. It's like, it's been dyed in turmeric, and it was also dyed and it was left under the full moon. And it's like, let me just mute a few people here. So like, turmeric has got this, I've drawn to it, okay, since a long time. And I honestly before never took turmeric. Like I never took it as a supplement either. I just really like it. I like the color of it. I like the energy of it. And I guess like I've learned about turmeric. I mean, we all read about it. It's like one of the most studied supplements in the world, I believe, that I was reading. And I actually only read yesterday, which is really interesting, that turmeric supports the ligaments. We know this. It cleanses the chakras and the nadis, so the chi in the body, and the subtle channels and the energetic centers of the body. So this was really, really like, wow, okay, this is working on an energetic level, not just working on another level. But also, it's said in India to give the energy of the Divine Mother and to grant prosperity. The whole turmeric root is sometimes used to carve a likeness of Ganesha, the elephant-headed god of prosperity and success, as a way of invoking strength to overcome obstacles. And I was just like looking at this sentence, and I was like, wow, this is just like mind-blowing. Everything around this supplement is just, it just really feels in alignment for me. And so maybe we can talk a little bit about turmeric, because you have been working with turmeric for a while. So maybe you can give us a bit of information about what the problems are with turmeric. Like, what are the typical things that, you know, from all of the years of people taking it, what are the problems of it?
Sure. So firstly, I suppose I got onto more of a natural sort of process, natural elements in my own diet and in my own healing due to about a health issue about 10 years ago. So I got diagnosed with Graves' disease, but I had like a massive, like a thyroid storm, and I was in hospital for 7 days. It triggered another disease, it triggered another thing. And I, you know, like you do, you follow what the doctors say, and it just ended up getting worse and worse, and more things kept happening, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm going to go and start to go to the naturopath. And so that's what got me on the natural healing side of things, got me looking more about natural healing, energy work, frequency devices that I use all the time. And then I was speaking to my good friend, who is an emotion code, body code practitioner in the States, Stephen Keller. And I really love Stephen Keller. But anyway, we've been talking to him for months, and he basically was talking to me about this turmeric product. And I was like, yeah, I know turmeric's good. I know curcuma's good. Like, we've all heard that. We know about it. And I was umming and ahhing because it wasn't launched here in Australia. So about 3 months ago, I got the opportunity to pre-launch it here in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. It's in pre-launch as well. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for this. The actual product looks amazing. The biggest thing, I suppose, with this product and turmeric in particular is that poor bioavailability. So turmeric and curcumin, we all know 20, 30,000 studies. We know it's amazing for us. We know that it's got all of these amazing things. It helps with inflammation, digestion, like just incredible for all these different topics. But they'd be lucky to get 10% absorption. And that's a problem, a common problem for a product like this, for an actual natural product, because it's kind of like absorbed like they call it a lipid molecule, like it's almost like a fat or an oil. And of course, we're made up of water. So trying to get the fat and the oil in the water has always been an issue. So when Stephen was telling me about this, he was like, but it solved the biggest issue in the supplement industry. And that was, of course, the bioavailability and the absorption. So then I was like, wait a minute, this sounds pretty good. I checked it all out, checked out all the testimonials and went, yeah, okay, let's go. I'm in. And I have not looked back. This has been one incredible ride so far with an incredible, remarkable product. So with this product, I suppose it would be a miss for me not to mention that it's got a sort of like a advanced technology. They call it a bio-MS technology. And that is what actually helps to the absorption of the turmeric. So now we know that the turmeric's great. We know that it's incredible for us. And now we can actually get the benefits of the turmeric and the curcumin. We've all known about, we just weren't actually experiencing until now.
Yeah. I mean, like, so turmeric, let's go back to turmeric in itself, just on a level, like it's known to resolve or to harmonize the body on so many different levels. It's got so many benefits. So that's why, I mean, like, it's funny because like my mom, like when I tell her about turmeric, she was like, oh yeah, I know about turmeric. Oh, I know about black pepper. And I was like, how do you know that? But when I ask her about any other supplements, like magnesium, she doesn't know anything about it. So it's funny how it's like really well known, like in terms of like everybody knows about it, but also like, I don't think it's well known. I mean, obviously with the black pepper, people have seen that as a solution to be absorbed into the body easier. So studies, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just learning about the depth of turmeric, but like, so it says that turmeric can last in the body for up to an hour and then it's gone. So it doesn't actually reach the intestines, apparently. This is what Dr. Jeremy Thornton, I was watching him. He's a doctor, by the way, that has been using what Rebecca's talking about, this these drops that we're going to talk about. But like, so he was talking about how it doesn't actually even reach the body into the blood. Like, and then if you put black pepper, it might last another hour, but that's it. And so actually, like, you can take as much turmeric as you want. You can use as much black pepper as you want, but it's not going to actually really, your body's not going to benefit as much as it really should do. And so this is like a common problem, right? So this bioavailability, we can't absorb it. And this is something that just like completely just, it made so much sense for me when Rebecca told me about it. It's like, you can, if they've created something that has resolved this problem, this could create like huge health benefits around the world, like on every level. So like the benefits are maybe we can talk about a few of them, like better skin, like it's good for maybe we can talk about what good for inflammation, isn't it? That's what it's really well known for.
Yes, so I talk a lot about the inflammation side, because when you start to research inflammation and you start to understand that all chronic illness has the common denominator of inflammation, chronic inflammation, then you start to realize the potentiality of this product in particular, the potentiality of turmeric and curcumin. Curcumin is the active ingredient in turmeric, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if this is my internet or Rebecca's internet. Can everyone still hear me? Let me know. I think, oh, okay, great. Okay, I think we just lost Rebecca just for a second. She's talking about the benefits of turmeric. All right, no worries. I shall jump back on in a minute. I'll continue to talk about the benefits of turmeric. So it's beautiful because it, like she was talking about inflammation. So inflammation, it is known. So let's talk a bit about inflammation. What happens with the body? So inflammation, when we have got like an issue with the body, what happens is these cells come in, these inflammation cells, and they actually bring, they kind of absorb the inflammation. It's like almost like they try to absorb these foreign chemicals. So let's just say we're taking in bacteria, we're taking in all different types of like pollution, or we may have cut ourselves, something like that. It can just be like a very acute inflammation where we fall down and we graze our knee. And what happens is these cells go directly to the point of the body, and it starts to inflame the cell, so it can start to absorb all of the chemicals out of the area. And this is what inflammation is. It starts to just pull it out, and it's actually working for us. But what happens is if that happens all the time, and we're constantly having bacteria, or we're constantly eating something unhealthy, then what will happen is that like we'll have this chronic inflammation. So it's like an ongoing pain. It starts to really manifest itself in the body, and that's what this is all about. And so Rebecca's just joining in again. So when we talk about inflammation, this is what's happening with the body. So what we want to do is we want to solve that, right? We want to start to give the body a bit more ease. Hey, Rebecca, I'm just talking about what actually happens within the body. We lost you for a second there.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was my internet or your internet to start with, but then I realized that I was still online.
No, I do apologize. I've just gone on my phone because for some reason the computer keeps glitching out. So I'm not going to worry about that. We'll go on the phone.
No worries. All good. So yeah, so we're just talking about the benefits of like if someone has different symptoms, like, you know, what are the common symptoms of like inflammation and things like that? Like there's pain.
Well, yes. So this product in particular, and all turmeric, well, curcumin and turmeric is very good for inflammation and pain. But so what we're noticing is that people who have chronic inflammation or pain, for example, my husband, who's got a really bad knee, so he needs an operation on his knee, and he knows he needs it, but he's just, you know, he's putting it off. So he started on this product. And he's tried curcumin before, because I've got him on other herbs and other things before, and it didn't really make you know, any impact. And he was like, oh, this is no good. He was very skeptical. So he has this very dodgy knee from years and years of sports, and he started this, and within about 2 weeks he was like, oh, this is interesting, because about 20 minutes after I take this, I don't feel the pain in my knee anymore, you know. And so that's a common thing. But one of I just want to go through, I suppose, the common things that we hear about this product in particular, and curcumin in particular, especially being this one being bioavailable, is of course the less aches and pains. For me particularly, I'm in my 40s, but I still play lots of sports. I still am very active. I have better sleep, better energy. That's another common one. No more brain fog. My head is clearer. I actually have way more energy, of course, but when I actually exercise the next day, I don't have any aches and pains at all. Like I used to wake up a little bit, you know, as you get a bit older, you get a bit stiff. I don't know if you do, but I get a bit stiffer and sore, and I was waking up a bit, you know, I don't want to wake up like an old woman. And all of a sudden I was doing that, and it creeps up on you. And then taking this supplement, I was like, oh my God, I literally feel 20 years younger. I'm waking up like I did in my 20s, right? So that's a common thing. The brain fog, the better skin, I've noticed. I even said, this sounds silly, but I think my teeth are getting whiter, which is interesting, because this is very yellow and it can stain your clothes, you know, but it's actually having a really great effect on so many different levels.
This is a good point, actually, because I have had a few people asking me, does it make your teeth yellow? But then I heard you say that I've seen it also, I've been reading about it, that it makes your teeth white. So what would you say around that?
I think that there's a lot of research about curcumin being extremely good for gum health. So I believe that it's actually just because it's reducing inflammation on all different levels of your body. I believe that, of course, it's just doing what it's supposed to do now, and the gum health is just even better than it was before. That's how I expect, like how I'm assuming it's working. I know that I have a few people that are taking the product that have loose teeth, and they were like, my teeth are feeling stronger, you know, like just feeling less loose. It's interesting, but it's like anything. When you get your body in balance and you get rid of, because your body's kind of like fighting inflammation and fighting this stuff behind the scenes all the time. And all of a sudden, if it doesn't have that fight to be fighting, of course, then it can start to do the natural things it does best. That's how I describe it. It's like, this is not something that heals your body does the healing. It's just something that makes your body easier to actually spend the energy doing what it wants to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting around the teeth, because the teeth actually, they have access, they're on the axis of the meridian points around the whole body.
Yeah,
so like
absolutely.
there's stories of like, you know, when you start to have like work on your teeth, like sometimes that can affect you might start getting a pain in the part of your body, but you don't realize it can be totally related to your teeth.
Yes,
And
it can. Have
yeah.
you seen that documentary called The Root Cause?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Or put that on your list. It's a very
Okay,
good
that sounds good. All right,
Yeah,
okay, I'll definitely look that
channel.
up.
Yeah, it was on the Gaia channel, and I think it may have been on one of the bigger networks. I'm not sure if it was on Stan or one of them anyway, but it's definitely on the Gaia channel. And it was
I'm on Gaia, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, so that's another really interesting topic, because obviously the meridians are like the energy channels, right? So what we're officially doing is with turmeric and curcumin, we are unblocking the energy channels of the body on all levels.
Yeah.
And then with that comes abundance. And like, you know,
Yeah.
I love to talk about abundance, and I love to talk about like dissolving money blocks, because it's like, it's one of these things that like at the moment, if you gave, all of us here are all wanting to make an impact in this world. I can guarantee that. Anyone on Heal Avalon, we're all looking to change and shift something so we can make a better and easier life for everybody, and that we're all feeling healthy, and that we can share that with other people. And I really feel like it's time that all of us have enough funds and money to be able to go out and do what it is that we want to do, because a lot of the times we're limited. It's like we're not able to move forward. I see so many people struggling, and they're like, I've got these amazing gifts, and they're like not able to actually get out there and do what they want to do, because they've got this block or this like they don't have access to the possibilities to change something. So that brings me to this part of it, because we're sharing around these topics because it all comes together. It's all energy work, right? And I feel like this turmeric with this new BioMS technology, I think it's a game changer for so many people. I truly, in my heart, know it's a game changer. And with the combination with frequency, I think that that's just like next level. And so let's talk a bit about how this can actually bring prosperity, because not only by taking it can you bring prosperity in your life, which I think that in itself is going to bring you richness in health, richness in terms of unblocking your energy channels, in terms of like being able to perhaps receive what it is that you want to receive in terms of money and where you're going energetically. But also let's talk about the possibility of this opportunity with getting involved with this, because I truly think that this is, and everybody knows me here, like I don't get involved with many things in terms of like
social selling or business wise.
I mean, I love Healy, and I don't even sell Heelys. What I do with Healy is I share my experience on how to use it, and I love that, and that's what I'm truly passionate about. But when I see something that's a game changer and there's a possibility to actually get involved in an opportunity where you can actually make some money, which a lot of us here are interested in doing, I think, why not? So maybe you can just give us a bit of information around that.
Sure. So firstly, like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I will never, ever apologize for that. I love being an entrepreneur. I've really reconciled that within myself, you know, okay, this is who I am. I love it. I love creating abundance, and I love having multiple income streams as yourself. So I coach, and I even have a normal job because one of my friends really needs help. And so otherwise I wouldn't even work there, but I'm doing that to help her as well. And of course I had and have had side hustles as well on top of that, social selling, MLM, whatever you want to call it. If there's a great product and I believe that it makes an impact in people's lives, I have no trouble at all recommending it. Why wouldn't I if I love it? When this come along and the opportunity to launch and pre-launch in Australia, New Zealand, UK, pre-launch in Canada, very new in the US, and I've seen the impact it has on people. The opportunity to help people on a health level is priceless. The opportunity to help with the two major issues in 2023 and will continue to be the two major issues in the future, one being inflammation and two being inflation, because as you know, there's a lot of people really struggling, which really sucks, you know, and people don't deserve that. They deserve to be able to have an abundant life. They deserve to do, like you said, what they want to do. So that's, to me, I was like, I'm all in. We are in a pre-launch phase. We are not even open, and we are at the very beginning of this company. So as for an abundance side of things, yes, I've never seen such an amazing opportunity. And yes, I've had absolutely an incredible experience so far just within 3 months.
That's it's interesting also because like that's also there's a possibility there for it to grow, and for us for if anyone who wanted to get involved or at least try this. Actually, this is what I recommend firstly, is to try it. I've been taking these drops for three weeks, and you'd never believe that I could have more motivation or more energy, but I do. I'm literally bouncing off the walls. And yesterday my mum messaged me. She's been taking them for 3 weeks now as well. We started the same day, and she was like, she'd had pain in her foot for like 6 months, and she was like, oh, I said, how are you feeling? Yeah, I've got lots of energy. And for a few weeks she was like, yeah, I've got lots of energy, which was good for her. And then literally the other day she was like, Abby, I can't believe it, from just one day to the next the pain's just gone in her foot. And she's had it for 6 months, and she's just been hobbling about, and it's just disappeared. And she's like, I can't believe it. And she's run out of the drops because I'm not there. And I was like, and she's like been trying to get it out of the bottle. I was like, managed to get her some, because obviously I took the bottles with me, but she was like, oh, like it's great, like I can't believe the difference it's made in my life already. This is amazing. And then I'm starting to see everybody else's testimonials, and I'm like, okay, this is great, this is really, really great. And I'm like, okay, once it's helping people, that's the most important thing. So if anyone is if anyone here wants to try these, you can just contact myself, and we can put you in touch with someone in your country to try them, just to get one bottle of it if you want. If you're in the USA, you can just buy directly now because it's open there. I think it's Mexico.
Yeah, directly from your link. Mexico, USA, Colombia, directly from your link. UK and Europe will be open in a couple of weeks directly from your link. Otherwise, they can pre-launch with you.
Otherwise we can send you, we can get people to send you them. For example, you know, sending from the UK doesn't make sense. So like if there's someone in Ireland that has them, I will put you in touch with them and they can ship you some. And like we're working our way around to making sure everyone can get them to try. And if anyone is interested in actually like getting involved in this opportunity, then also just reach out, because there is a real possibility here to do some great things. I'm very grateful on every level that we have this accessibility to this amazing, I mean, the amazing scientists. I mean, they're really doing great things. And, you know, also on a quantum level, the quantum physicist, but also like scientists are able to create these amazing like possibilities to be able to absorb this amazing supplement to create abundance in our lives on every level. I think that this is, for me, like you said, it's priceless. It is amazing. So I'm very grateful to share this space with you today, and for you to be the first person on Heal Hangout in a while. And there's going to be another one next week.
Awesome.
So thank you so much, Rebecca, for coming on.
That's fine. Any questions or anything, just make sure you reach out. Abby's going to be launching in the UK and Europe, but launching everywhere around the world very, very quickly. You've only joined a little time ago, and you're already starting to really make an impact. And the business side may seem a bit scary, but it's actually really easy. And
it's so easy.
It is.
If you know Healy.
Yeah, and everyone knows curcumin and turmeric, right? So crazy. I just wanted to quickly just share a little bit, because I'm an abundance coach, and I just wanted to share and just tell people my timeline, because I do want to talk about money. I'm never going to be ashamed of that, right? I want to share that and never feel like I can't. But within 3 months of pre-launching, I've already hit the top level of this company, and that's like a 10,000 USD residual a month is what the average is. So the potentiality and the opportunity for actual income, real life-changing income and life-changing results for people, because you should see the results, right? They are epic. Like you said, with your mum, we get those stories every day. Like it just continues to get better. I think we've just literally landed upon a pile of golden turmeric. Like this is like, you know, how you kind of like on top of this, and we're literally on this gold mine of turmeric, which is amazing because it's a natural product. And it's like natural and science, you know, together. Perfect, right? So yeah, if you are interested in the business side, make sure you reach out to Abby. Make sure you actually contact her, because this is we are legit. Like this is it's an alignment. I did all my muscle testing. I did it on, do you use a level of consciousness scale? You know, that level of consciousness scale from love to abundance. That's how I first, when I was talking to Stephen Keller, I was like, let me just check this. That looks a bit like this. And I muscle tested it. Like you muscle test in different ways. I muscle test like this as well. And I was like muscle testing it. And I was like, wow, this is a very high frequency. And then I checked, will it work on me? Yes. Will it work on everybody? Yes. I was like, mate, we're in, you know. So yeah, that's the little bit of the business side to that, because I want people to understand, you know, there is an opportunity there. And the thing I love about social selling and MLM, it's equal to everybody. And the timing is brilliant. So just a little add in there.
Oh, and I just want to say as well, this is also really interesting, is that you can use it on animals and children, which I think is great.
Yes, I have 3 dogs and 3 cats because, you know, why not? But I have a few children as well. I use it on all the children, all the animals. We just had an amazing testimony here because they're using horses as well, and they get amazing results. And animals don't have a placebo effect. They don't have the psychological placebo effect that humans can potentially have, and they get results. So you know it's a legit thing, right? And that's one of the things that I'm like, well, my dog used to have hot spots, does not have it anymore. My older dog, who stops jumping and running, and you know, because she's getting a bit older, she started jumping on the bed again. She started jumping up, and I'm like, wow, I didn't expect this. She's like getting to that age where she doesn't like to jump too high. All of a sudden, her joints must be feeling better because she's starting to jump around and move around. It's an incredible product. It's a remarkable product, that is for sure.
Yeah, it's a breakthrough. I just saw also on the Facebook group, if anyone's got questions, by the way, please feel free to put them in the chat quickly now before we finish. We're going to finish just in a couple of minutes. But I just saw someone wrote in there, yeah, you have to take it with black pepper. Yeah, that's the known that like black pepper will help you absorb it, but it actually only helps you absorb it for another hour. So this actually helps your body absorb it for more than 24 hours.
Clinically proven, all the science.
Clinically proven.
Yes, to 18,000% more bioavailable than native turmeric. So when people talk about nanified curcumin and turmeric, that's 9 times more bioavailable. This one is proven to be 277 times more than native turmeric, which makes it 18,000% more absorbed. Does that make sense?
I mean, like when I heard this, it like kind of blew my mind a little bit. I think this is like another thing that this is why I'm like so interested in it, because it's like a breakthrough. This is like something that is completely new, and you will not find it anywhere else. This is just like,
no.
So if you're already taking turmeric with black pepper, this is going to be like a whole other level.
Yes. Some people say, I already take turmeric. I'm like, that's awesome. You are going to love this. You're not going to believe the results. Because I used to take a ton of different vitamins and minerals. I still take a multivitamin. I still use my frequency devices. I still use all of that. I have great water, you know, all of that stuff. But I have literally changed my whole life and my family's life and my animals' lives. And now hundreds of people in the team and hundreds of people in families and impacted from this amazing product. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's crazy.
Amazing. So amazing, Rebecca. You've done, you know, you're doing great things. Also just maybe we can post, I will put, maybe someone can post in the Zoom right now. I mean, most people in here probably have it, but the Disruptive Wellness Facebook group. Yeah. Get in there, because that's where you can like read more about it. You can get more information in there and read some testimonials as well, because Disruptive Wellness, I will put it into the chat in the Facebook group in a minute, so anyone watching the replay can check that out. Just definitely go in there and have a look.
Yep, tell them that Abby Smith sent you, because you have to answer the questions to get in the group.
Yeah, Perfect. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for everyone for joining in on this Heal Hangout. Anyone interested to learn more, just send me a private message on Facebook. You can also just reply on the chat of the Facebook Live, and I will just message you myself if you don't know how to do a private message. All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Take care, everyone.
Thank you so much, Abby. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Rebecca. Speak to you all soon. Take care.
Yes.
Bye-bye for now.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.